Millz Young here. Who's ready to bet on UFC? Me, that's who. So I'm back. UFC 307. Bet with me. And I will be going over all the fights for you guys. I'm going to give you guys my predictions, my picks, my bets, and let you guys know exactly how I see these fights playing out and if the price is right and if there's value on the other side. But look, we got two title fights to talk about on here. Alex Pereira defending this belt versus Khalil Rountree. Raquel Pennington taking on Juliana Pena. Hey, how'd you guys do last week? What was your big bet? What was the bet you regret? Let us know right in the comments below. On our predictions, we wasn't the sharpest, but we'll bounce back. We went 9-5, but on our bets, we were able to clear a lot. We only lost one. So let's keep it going, man, on this card. So this card, it's a few fights that I'm really not interested in at all. I'm talking about from a betting perspective and from a watching perspective. But it's MMA. If there's a way to get paid, it's watching this today. Alright, so let's go ahead and start it off, man. The first fight of the night, we got Tim Means taking on McGee. Two veterans in the sport, but Tim Means is opening up the favorite, like a -190 out there. He's a guy that's dangerous, but he slows down as the fight goes. McGee is just like an all-around tough, gritty fighter. He wants to go out there, bounce around, strike when he can, clinch when he can, and mix in some takedowns. When it's all said and done, in this one, I'm not trusting my money with either of these fighters in there. I do think the fight can get to round 3, and if I'm going to pick, I'm going with McGee, man. Give me the dog to start off the card. Second fight on the card, we got Ryan Spann taking on over St. Preux. Man, this fight got rebooked and it's back now, and I guess they wanted it to happen because the time that it did was supposed to happen, Ryan Spann opened up a -300 favorite. Now he's only down to like a -250. St. Preux looked good in his last fight out, man. He was able to pull off the upset. And Ryan Spann is a guy to where if you're betting him at this big price tag, you really can't trust him. You don't know what you're always going to get out of Ryan Spann. So with that being said, man, I couldn't trust Ryan Spann at that -300 price tag. I still can't trust Ryan Spann at that -250 price tag. If he was around a -160, -170, I could say, all right, man, I might be able to parlay you with something and get some better odds. But with all that being said, man, I'm going to pick Ryan Spann just because he is the better fighter. But St. Preux has the deadliest choke ever, and he can pull it off on anybody. Ryan Spann is good with guillotines too. If this stays on the feet, which it probably is, I can see Ryan Spann catching old St. Preux and knocking him out, So I do think Ryan Spann gets it done. Third fight on the card, we got Carla Esparza taking on Tisha Pennington. Carla Esparza just announced a retirement fight, folks, and this is it. So, you know what they say. When you throw around that R word, you got to be really, really, careful if you're trying to bet on them. She's taking on Tisha Pennington. Tisha Pennington opened up the favorite, -170 on the books. All right, Tisha Pennington last fight out against, who was it? Tabitha Ricci. It was a close fight. It was a good fight. I think she ended up outstriking her, but they gave the decision to Ricci. We had Ricci in that spot. We needed that one too. But it was a close fight, and they could have went either way. It didn't go in her way. And it seems like that's how the judges kind of sway when they were watching a Tisha Pennington fight. If you guys are watching and saying who's Tisha Pennington, aka Tisha Torres, she used to fight on the Ultimate Fighter. She made her name on there, and then she went through the division and fought the who's, but just wasn't able to get those wins. Then she married Raquel Pennington, and they've been doing their thing ever since. But in this one, though, I do like what I did hear in the media day. She said that she was talking to her coaches and stuff, and they told her, like, hey, I guess you just got to go out there and be a little bit more aggressive and be a little bit more mean. Both these girls fought already on the Ultimate Fighter series. Carla Esparza, she has a path to victory. If she can get the wrestling, if she can get the takedowns going in here, she can make this a lot easier fight. Alright, if I'm getting the same older Carla Esparza that I was getting like 3 years ago, this is an automatic bet on her. The value is on Carla Esparza, if you ask me. But the pick is going to be Tisha Pennington because I still think she just wins this fight. I think if she can stuff some of the takedowns and keep this on the feet, she's gonna get her hand raised. But if Carla Esparza comes out here and looks good, And wants to put exclamation point on her last fight and go out with the win, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not at all. It's one of those things to where I'm waiting to see on the weigh-ins to see how they look, because Carla Esparza is coming off of a maternity leave to where she had her first kid. This is her first fight back, and she's retiring after that. So that it is enough things to make you just say, oh, okay, well, let me look at the other fighter. But when it all plays out, the fighting skills on Carla Esparza is levels beyond Tisha Pennington. I mean, she fought like everybody in the division. She touched gold against Rose Namajunas. She fought the who's who's. She has wins over them. She brought the division in. She's like a pioneer for the women's division from the Ultimate Fighter. So you can't just never look away at all on the Carla Esparza side. So this is one I'm going to be waiting to the weigh-ins to see if I can get the window on either side though. All right, next fight. I know I ain't getting to the window on either of these ones, so man. Austin Hubbard taking on Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez is like a minus 170 on the book. All right, let me tell you the tale of these stories and fighters. Austin Hubbard was in the UFC prior before. He got cut, got some regional scene fights, came back on the Ultimate Fighter. Did he win? No, he didn't win. He came down to the finals and lost, but it was a redemption show the way they let those fighters get back in. Still ended up getting back into the UFC. He's a tough, gritty fighter, and when he got cut from the UFC, I don't know if he got cut too early or too this. They just didn't like what they saw from him. Alex Hernandez, he's been in 2 different weight classes. He moves up and down. He gasses out, folks. You can't trust him at all, man. When he made his first run in the UFC, he was one of the guys that we all were looking at, but as of late, we all look at him and fade. In this one too, I don't think that he's been training at the same gym that he's been with prior before this. Austin Hubbard, man, I'm going with the dog in this one, man. I think it's going to be a close competitive fight. And if anybody's going to quit, Alex Hernandez has that quit in him. I've seen Austin Hubbard take damage and everything like that. And I don't know, man. I just got to go with the dog in this one. But like I said, I'm not getting to the window on this fight at all. Maybe, nah. I'm not betting on this one. See, that's the thing. All because you think you can maybe, make some little money on the fight and you want to watch every single fight and have some action on it. You don't have to. You don't. That's me talking to myself. All right, let's go. Next fight. Cesar Almeida taking on Ihor Potieria. Cesar Almeida is a minus, 380 on the books right here. A talented kickboxer, okay? And he's, been able to do his thing in the UFC. He's taking on Ihor Potieria. Ihor Potieria is not a bad fighter, folks. But he gets priced as that. And I think he has 2 wins in the UFC, but usually he gets fed just to be the weak link, if you want to say. I don't think that price tag is right, but I do think Cesar Almeida wins, okay, in this one. I think he could probably win by KO as well. So if you guys, want to slice up that price tag, take Cesar Almeida to win inside the distance, and, that should be able to get you paid. But I will say, Ihor Potieria, man, he's not a bad fighter, and if they gave Ihor Potieria just cans to fight, he will look good, but they're not. They're giving him to, the up-and-coming top fighters. But that's not Cesar Almeida in this case. He's not one of those up-and-coming, oh yeah, we need this guy to win. Look at him. So I wouldn't be shocked and surprised if the dog could come out in this fight, man. But the pick, I like Cesar Almeida to get it done. And I don't think that one's going the distance. Next fight, man, we got a good one in the women's division. But before we do that, I need everybody out there, smash the like button for me. Hit the comments up for me if you guys are watching this right now. I'm doing this late night for you guys so it can be out there early for you guys on Thursday. So let's go ahead and get it paid and get it on to the next fight, man. We got Marina Rodriguez taking on Yasmin Lucindo. Yasmin Lucindo. Everybody pronounces her last name different, but she opens up the favorite, minus 165, minus 170. Marina Rodriguez is getting disrespected. Why? Because she's the veteran in the sport, and she's the big underdog in this one. But I think it's a tale of 2 tapes to where it's a matchup discrepancy. And Marina Rodriguez is one of the more talented strikers. Knees, clinches, elbows, anything like that, she's good at it. Yasmin Lucindo is up and coming in the UFC. I want to say she's 2-1. I've seen her make a UFC debut against Yasmin Yagiri. I was at that fight, but she likes the mixes and the takedown. She needs to get you on the bottom and ground and pound. Decent striking too, and I like that she's like aggressive and she wants to really fight, and so does Marina Rodriguez in this case. But Marina Rodriguez struggles with takedowns. Okay, she does get up, but she struggles with takedowns, you know. And Yasmin Lucindo, that would be her path to victory in here. She opened up at that favorite spot, -160, -170. I'm a fan of hers, and I do think she has a path to victory. I don't like betting against Marina Rodriguez. She was once my dark horse of the division a long time ago, you know. So I'm warranted, and I know about her skills, and I know that she can show up and show out. But there's a big age discrepancy on here between the two. Lucindo's going to be the younger one, but if we're talking about fight resume and fight IQ, there's a big discrepancy. Marina Rodriguez is up here, Lucindo's down here. So this can be a levels fight. This can be a passing the torch, but I don't think this, man, the value, the price ain't right on this, okay? The value is on Marina Rodriguez, okay? I think she can win a round for sure in this fight. But it's just can she get up if she's taken down multiple times, you know? That's the thing that you got to kind of question. I'm waiting to see, and I'm hoping that money comes in on Rodriguez and I can get a better line on Lucindo, because if I can, I'm getting to the window with it. I think I am, because when this fight card came out, you know, I like to stick to my gut, and this was one that I definitely threw my darts at the board on this one. But as time's going, I'm looking at it and I'm like, this might not be the one. You know, Marina Rodriguez is a proven veteran. Same thing like the Tisha Pennington fight. Like, she's a proven veteran who she's taking on, called Esparza. So all right. Sometimes you do not want to go against a fighter paying a bigger price tag than like -130, -150 and all that. And you know that dog is live, and you know that pedigree of them is good. But that's what we got on this card for some. So I'm waiting to see, man. Well, let me know what you guys think on these couple of fights I've been going over, because they could go either way. We got another big favorite in this one, man. We got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson taking on Joaquin Buckley. All right, man. Joaquin Buckley opened up a -175. He's all the way up to a -210. Ever since he came over to this division, welterweight, he's been 4-0. He was 5-4 in the other weight division that he was in, the middleweight. And he's an explosive fighter. And he's out there game. He's trying to fight, man. He's literally trying to fight. I remember the story of him going to James Krause's gym, just trying to fight people. Like, hey, let's just go spar. People didn't like that, rubbing him the wrong way. But like, this guy, man, he's good, man. He's a smart fighter. I like his fight IQ too. I like how he moves around with his footwork out there. I like how he mixes in the takedowns as well, man. I like how he's explosive. I like his finish ability. Sometimes he can get hit and caught, and it's been caught multiple times. I had to play on him on Chris Curtis, against Chris Curtis, and I was watching the fight live at UFC 2. I forget the number, but it was Jan Blachowicz versus Ankalaev as the main event. And I'm watching it. I'm like, go Buckley. Buckley won the first round. Yeah, feeling great about that. Loving everything. And then second round, literally he just gets caught, boom, and gets knocked down. And then Chris Curtis comes punching him. And you can see the picture of me, like 2 minutes. I'm like, yeah. And the next minute, I'm like, oh, yeah. It's them in the background. It's crazy. But I'm back at it. In other words, I'm on Buckley in this spot. But it does worry me. Stephen Thompson has a path to victory, man. That karate type of stance that he has, he can catch anybody out there. Buckley, when he's coming in, he's throwing about 3 to 5 hit combo at once. And when you're doing that, your defense ain't going to be ready to block every punch or parry every kick that's coming your way. So with that being said, I'm not one of these guys that's saying that, you know, this is a 100% bet he's going to win this and that. I got in at that -170 and I like it. I think he can mix in the wrestling. I think he could, you know, be explosive. Seeing him and hearing him in media, he actually said, oh yeah, you're right. I am gonna mix in the takedowns. You know, Kevin Holland was speaking about the fight, and he was like, yeah, he's gonna. I don't know why he chose to fight Buckley, because Buckley's gonna take him down. And Buckley was like, oh yeah, he's right. Yeah, I'm gonna take him down. You know, because that's what Stephen Wonderboy struggles with. He does have good takedown defense though. And this is another one, man. The fight resume of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson getting compared to Buckley is like this to this. I mean, and man, but my eyes test sees what I see, and I like Joaquin Buckley a lot this week. Let's go on to the next fight, man. Kevin Holland taking on Roman Dolidze. Two fighters that I like, two fighters that I bet, two fighters that I know a lot about. Kevin Holland's opened up a -160, coming all the way down to a -140. Roman Dolidze is coming off a good, impressive win against Anthony Smith on a short notice fight that he took at light heavyweight. Now he's back here at this weight class and division. Okay. He's only has about 2 losses as of late in his last 5 fights, and that was against, you know, real great fighters. So nothing's wrong with that. But he's a guy that's going out there, he's trying to hit you with the same overhand, right? And then if he can get you down to the ground, he's probably going to submit you and stuff like that. Because, you know, he's top tier if he gets you down to the ground. But Kevin Holland's a smart fighter. He's going to be the faster fighter. I think he's going to be able to keep this on the feet. I like Kevin Holland this week, man. I'm going to just keep it like that. Like, the money's coming in on Roman Dolidze, and I'm loving it because it's getting me a better price tag on Kevin Holland. So, I don't see how you guys are going to not play Kevin Holland. I get it though, because the fight IQ on both these fighters sometimes is not trustworthy. But I think Kevin Holland gets this one done. You know, and I think he looks good doing it as well too. Next fight, Caitlin Vieira 14-3 taking on Kayla Harrison 17-1. All right, Kayla Harrison opened up on my book like -800, -900. Man, she's more than some people's rent out here, man. She's like -12. No, that's not more than people's rent, but like look, she's a -1200 on the books right now. Big favorite. She made her UFC debut against Holly Holm. You guys know the story about Kayla Harrison, 3-time PFL champion over there, winning millions of dollars and stuff. Now she's taking on Caitlin Vieira. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Kayla Harrison is probably gonna be the next champion. With all that said, Caitlin Vieira is a good fighter for the division. This is the best fighter ever that Kayla Harrison fought. Kayla Harrison's path to victory has always been take him down to the ground, submit him, choke him out. Ground and pound elbows. Here in the UFC, you're fighting against different caliber fighters. It's not that easy to do that against these girls. So we used to always play Kayla Harrison to win inside the distance, and it would be chalky prices. Right now, I could get that at +110. I started off all week. I think that's the bet I'm making, right? But I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. Good thing that we're later on in the week, man. I think Caitlin Vieira wins. I can see a path to where Caitlin Vieira wins out here. Caitlin Vieira could out-bully Kayla Harrison. And if she does, what is Kayla Harrison going to do? When you're not faced with adversity, when you haven't been in them wars and them fights and know what to do after you're down in the round and, you know, you just have to pull something out. We never seen that before at Kayla Harrison. Have we seen it with Vieira? I don't know. I mean, we've seen her in a lot of fights against people that, you know, were a lot better than the opponents that Kayla Harrison fought. I think Caitlin Vieira is going to win. I think she can win. I think she can win. And with the way that those odds are, all right, of course, man. Like, Kayla Harrison should win. She should be fighting for the championship next. But shoulds don't happen, man. And I think Caitlin Vieira is going to pull the upset, man. She's going to shock the world, I think. I could see a path to where she even submits Kayla Harrison. And it goes like this. Because that's her little thing. Like, give me Caitlin Vieira in this spot, man. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. In this one, the value is too good to pass upon in this one. I mean, too good. And Caitlin Harrison is a -1200. But like I said, the value on that side is just player to win inside the distance plus 110. But the bookmakers got the over 2.5 at like minus 200 or something. So they think it's even going to go over. Tricky fight, folks. It's tailor-made for Kayla Harrison to win to fight for the championship on the same card with Juliana Pena and Raquel Pennington. But sometimes stories don't end like that. And on this one, I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, I got my pick wrong. My pick all week was Kayla Harrison. I even did a stupid parlay with her, just as one stupid leg in there, right? You know, and I'm probably going to bet her plus 110, maybe. But I'm picking Caitlin Vieira to win in this one, man. And that price tag is too big not to put something on it. So we're going to sprinkle some M&Ms and try to get... No, we're going to sprinkle some Skittles and try to get back some M&Ms on that. Let's go. All right, man. Next fight, man. Sorry to babble on, but that one... Some fights, man, they're not the same. Jose Aldo taking on Mario Bautista. We got Mario Bautista opening up a minus 160 favorite. Now he's taking on Jose Aldo. And Jose Aldo is the dog. He made his retirement fight. He came back out of retirement against Jonathan Martinez in Brazil and looked good in there. I had Jonathan Martinez and lost. Not mad at that at all. We just was on the wrong side. In this one, Jose Aldo has a path to victory in every fight. Why? Because he's explosive and he can just knock you out. And, you know, and he's a good fighter. I like Mario Bautista. The price tag's been coming down on him too. Now he's down to like a minus 135 in here. He's on a 5-fight win streak, fighting from the MMA lab. I think this is his time right now. He was supposed to be taking on Cody Garbrandt. Now this is a way bigger fight. And if you get past Jose Aldo, which he will this Saturday, man, I mean, it just goes on up and up from there. On here, I will say, man, if this goes to the scorecards, you will have those judges that's going to be in love with Jose Aldo. So I am scared of that. But I think Mario Bautista is going to get the wrestling, get the takedowns. You know, Jose Aldo does strike with that. He does have good takedown defense, though. But he did shoot a lot of takedowns on Demaron Blackshear in his last fight out. He wasn't able to get them all. He was able to get some. He's a good fighter. Always likes to mix it up with wrestling, too, and striking. So... this is one too to where I can't bet the dog, but I get it, you know. And I think it should probably be like, you know, minus 120 maybe. You know, that's probably why the money's coming down on him though. But go ahead and give me Mario Bautista, get it done. Co-main event time. Raquel Pennington taking on Juliana Pena. Raquel Pennington minus 160, minus 175 on the book. Juliana Pena was supposed to be fighting Amanda Nunes like 2 years ago. She got hurt for the trilogy. Bam. Fight got canceled. Scrap. Now she's back. I'm a big Juliana Pena fan. Raquel Pennington, I've never really been a fan, but I admire her work. I like the way she fights, and I know what she's going to do. Been back and forth on this fight because I think Pena wins, man. I do. I could just see it, and I went against her once, and the time that I did, she beat Amanda Nunes, man, like crazy, like. So it's one of those I'll never forget it. That's always gonna be in my head. The one time I go against Juliana Pena, she beats Amanda Nunes, but it is what it is. Raquel Pennington, she's a good fighter. She likes to come forward. She's going to keep you up against the cage. She's going to clinch. And when that's not working, she's going to get you down to the ground. She punches hard. She punches with power. She makes noises when she strikes. I think I'm going to be getting to the window with Raquel Pennington in this one. Once again, that 2-year layoff for Juliana Pena at this point in time. I just can't rely on this, you know. And Raquel Pennington, I do know what she's going to do, and I do know that pace that she's going to put on. Juliana Pena, after 3 rounds, you really don't see her too much because you don't see her in 5-round fights. Raquel Pennington, she turns it up after round 3, and, you know, it goes to a different level. So, man, I've been back and forth, man. I'm going with Raquel Pennington. It even hurts me to say it. It's like I can't say it, bro. But I'm going with Raquel Pennington to win. Yeah, let's go. Main event time. Let's go ahead and get it, man. Alex Pereira defending his belt against Khalil Rountree. Alex Pereira is a -450 favorite. I ain't gonna waste your time. Alex Pereira is great, man. Two-time champion out here. Seen him knock somebody out in LFA, and the guy was knocked out so stone cold to where they went to commercial and he was still out. This guy has been as advertised. He is, man. And he's got through every single test and everything. Now, he don't got nobody to fight. So they just was like, hey, we got another opponent. He's been kind of making waves and saying your name. He's an explosive, you know, kickboxing Muay Thai striker too, like yourself. So, you know, let's see how that'll do. And that's Khalil Rountree on the other side. He's not ranked anywhere in the top 5. I think he's ranked number 7th or something like that. But he got this fight because he's been on a win streak. And matchups makes fights, and this is a fight that the people just want to see. Sometimes it's not all about the rankings. Yes, it is, but when you're the champion, you don't always got to fight number 1, number 2, number 3. You know, you could look beyond too. You know, if you're making some moves and some waves in the area. So I'm not mad at it. He spoke this into existence, and I think Khalil Rountree wins and new. Both these guys are dangerous in their hands. And Poton, Alex Pereira gets struck plenty of times and rocked and robbled. I seen Khalil Rountree knocked out too by a few people, okay? Same can happen to him. I think he's going to be lasered in and focused and dialed in. And new. I gotta go with it too. If Pierre was -280, I'll be doing way something different, folks, okay? -450, -500. And both these guys are dangerous strikers. Khalil Rountree moved to Thailand to learn the sport of Muay Thai and really went in. And when he did that, he came back, and those skills really were showing in his striking. A guy that's like dedicated to the sport like that, yeah, man. I mean, of course, he's fighting for the championship though, man. It's 2 explosive fighters, and you don't think anything can happen? I do. I've seen Alex Pereira caught multiple times, and if Khalil Rountree's just come out here solid, looking for that left hook, looking for everything, counter when he wants to, I can see him new. So I'm going with Khalil Rountree. All right, man. Let me know your guys' best for the week, okay? All right. Millz Young here, part of Pick Dawgz. If you can't roll with the Pick Dawgz, stay on the porch, because we over here. UFC bet with me.